Channel 4 News Team, and today we'll be discussing the Great Depression. The Great Depression occurred during 1929 and 1939. It's the world's longest and worst economical downfall in American history. Over 13 million Americans were unemployed, and over half of the U.S. banks failed, as well as many businesses. Some causes of the Great Depression are the stock market crash of 1929, which is considered the spark that started the Great Depression, debt deflation, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, which raised U.S. tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods, and war debts. The primary result of the Great Depression was that it caused millions of workers to lose their jobs. Unemployment during the Great Depression rose from 3% in 1929 to 25% by 1933. Because of the Great Depression, more than 9,000 banks closed during the 1930s, causing millions of people to lose their jobs and life savings. The FDIC, or Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, was created to ensure that people's money would be safe and protected against bank failures. Changes were made to the stock market to prevent rampant speculation and further crashes, the most notable of which was that people could no longer buy stocks on margin. During the Great Depression, many sacrifices were made. People became poor, and some even had to wrap newspaper around their feet in place of shoes. There was also no Christmas because of the lack of money people had. People lost their houses, so they started living in homobiles, which were homeless encampments or shack houses. People had to seek aid for money or food from the state or government because they used up all their savings and became broke. And now we will be interviewing Dr. Coyne, Dr. Harillo, Professor Burko, and Professor Danko. Hello and welcome, Dr. Coyne.
Hello, Mr. Ron Burgundy. It's an honor to meet you.
How did people cope during the Great Depression?
People used many ways of coping during the Great Depression, such as having gardens in their backyards and open spaces of land. Also, both parents started to work from inside the household. Women worked in factories and also men. People sewed clothes and recycled many materials for use around the house.
Wonderful.
People also found refuge in entertainment, and they listened to music and watched shows at nightclubs. Drinking was also probably the most harsh escape from the Depression, which is a method that many people used.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for the honor.
Hello and welcome, Professor Danko.
Hello, thank you for having me.
How do you think you would have dealt with living in this time?
Well, during the Great Depression, it really depends on what age you were. If you were a kid, like a toddler, below the age of 8, you probably wouldn't have realized what life was like. And some say that the youth actually found waiting in line for soup fun, and they didn't understand what was going on. As a teenager, you would probably struggle with school, and you probably wouldn't actually go to school at all. And it would be hard to attend college with little money being available. And as an adult, I probably wouldn't have been able to handle it because there's a loss of self-respect, and you kind of feel humiliated because you feel it's your fault that you lost everything. And as an elder or senior citizen, you would have loss of retirement savings, so it would be quite a struggle.
Thank you very much. Pleasure. Hello and welcome, Dr. Harillo.
Hello.
What was life like for people during the Great Depression?
Many people suffered from debt. People begged for food, and it was a terrible way to live. Most families abandoned each other, and the middle and lower class were the most affected out of all. People lived in fear of going bankrupt, and workers were paid little salaries for large amounts of work.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hello and welcome, Professor Burko. After researching and getting a feeling of what typical life was like during the Great Depression, how is your life different?
Well, my life is different because it is much more stable. People these days, they don't have to worry about what will happen if their parents lose their jobs. There are a lot of social welfare programs. Also, children don't have to worry about missing school so they can find a job to support their family. It's just a lot safer.
And now we have old footage of Brick Tamlin interviewing Herbert Hoover during the Great Depression.
Hello, this is Brick Tamlin reporting for Channel 4 News Team. I'm going to be interviewing President Herbert Hoover. Hello, Mr. Hoover, how are you?
Hello, good.
Do you think that the Depression was your fault?
I don't think the Depression was my fault. I think they just blamed it on me because I was the president at the time. And they also thought it was my fault because the stock markets crashed, but I could not control that.
And what is your opinion on Hooverville?
Well, they named it after me to get back at me, but because they thought it was my fault, the Great Depression occurred, but it really wasn't my fault. I was just president at the time.
It's a pleasure working with you, Mr. Hoover. There's a homeless person in a Hooverville. Right there.
This is Ron Burgundy signing off for Channel 4 News Team. Stay classy, San Diego.
This is my house.
Do you want to go to the trainer or finish?
Hello, this is Ron Burgundy reporting for Channel 4 News Team. Today we'll stop. We're keeping fact, which stop. Did you guys put on the mask? And now we have footage of an interview of Herbert Hoover. Stop. And now we have footage of an old interview of Herbert Hoover. Wait, what's Elijah's name? Hello, welcome, Dr. Coyne.
Oh, hello there.
How did people cope during the Great Depression? My God.
You can just start whenever.
What? It's recording?
Wait, I can read.
You're crazy.
Wait,
Hello, welcome. Jeez.
I'm so sorry.
Oh. You're laughing already. Hello, and welcome. Alright, read that one. Hello and welcome, Professor Burko. Hello and welcome. God dang it!
Wait, no, that's it.
Hello and welcome, Professor Burko. This is like the 500th time.
Hey.
Stop. Ricky got a whole meal. Ricky, you want to spare some food?
Seriously.
Hello and welcome, Professor Burko. Oh
I
my.
hate you. Go away.
Hello and welcome, Professor Burko. After researching and getting a feeling of what typical life was like during the Great Depression, you're like,
That is your fault that time.
oh my God.
I finally did something right
You're
for
like-
once.
Alright.
You screwed up.
Hello.
Your mouth and don't say. You're recording that.
Holy. I don't think she likes you, Elijah. Alright. What?
He's just standing there.
Hello and welcome, Dr. Hello and welcome, Dr. Hurla.
Hello.
What was that?
Hello. This is Brick Hamilton.
What your answers are. What was that? That was smart. You hit record?
Hello, this is Veronica Corningstone here for Channel 4 News Team. I'm going to be interviewing a recent homeless person from the effects of the Great Depression.